Hi, Darian. Sorry it took me so long to get this done. Low-key been waiting for my voice to come back, but I think this is as good as it's gonna get. All right, chapter 15. Honestly, fuck you, Ramon. I wasn't gonna put you in this book. I didn't want to write about you at all. In fact, I hoped I wouldn't have the need to do so because I thought that I had found forever, my forever. When I decided to finally end things, I wanted to rip out my heart, throw it in a blender, and bury myself in the ground. You made me doubt myself, my worth, my words, my intentions, my compassion. You made me feel like I was doing far too much, most of which I thought were normal and expected things to do in a relationship. You triggered things in me that I would have forced myself to discuss with you because I would rather communicate with you than go silent and lose you. However, after the fifth or sixth or seventh time, you showed no interest in actually understanding me. I stopped caring. I stopped asking for time. I stopped asking for space. I just simply stopped. The first time you told me that you'd send a picture of your dick to a stranger because you thought it was me should have been the day I walked away. Truly, the first time you told me that your friend had logged into your Grindr account while in the same area where you stayed at your elderly friend's place should have been the true sign. Oh, I know who this is. Your lies escaped effortlessly from your mouth. It never sat right with me that your friend would go through the effort of logging into your account, removing your photos, and leaving your Instagram and Twitter attached. The more I think about it now, the more naive I see that I was. I was blindly loving you, and you knew this. You used this. I went through your phone, and never have I had a problem with accepting the wrongs that I have committed. What I did was wrong. I broke my own promise to myself at the risk of finding out the truth. What blows my mind is that you sat there trying to warp it up. You made small of the situation. You didn't care what you had done, that you were actively flirting with other men and sharing your body with them. Electronically or not, you only cared that you had gotten caught and were stuck in the middle of apologizing or being prideful and trying to break up with me. I began to lose count of how many times you ended things, and I'm embarrassed at the same number of times I would plead for you not to do it, to take back the things you'd said, pleading with you to understand that the things you were doing was hurting me. Today, I can only imagine the way you turned your stories into your favor. Dumbfounded doesn't even begin to explain what I was when you had the nerve to tell me that I had showed up unannounced and uninvited to you at the beach. Oh, I remember. I'm sorry, but you had completely forgotten the conversation where you literally invited me and further stated that you would speak to your friends about it. When I'd arrived, I thought that the way your friend was acting towards me was because he was jealous due to the fact that he had recently professed his love for you. Or was that a lie to make yourself look good? To look like the poor, compassionate man caught in the middle of this unnecessary and untimely confession? I found it insane how you explained to me that they had booked a one-bedroom hotel for 3 gay men and you felt the need to sleep there with them and not with me. A mere 300 to 500 feet across the way. One bed. God, I was a fucking dumbass. Yet it wasn't even the idea of you all sleeping so close that you can feel each other's asshole quiver from a sneeze that bothered me. No, that wasn't it at all. I didn't trust you, and I was too in denial to admit and accept it for myself. You had a habit of telling me that I wasn't ready for a relationship because of the traumas of my past. But when I came to understand that it wasn't me not being ready, I actively tried to give you the manual to my heart and mind, and you actively knocked it out of my hand and found a way to make it about you. Always about you. The day I broke up with you was the day I knew I had wasted 6 months of my life on a person that was never going to love me the way he said he did. Words. Words were all that you had and all that you used. It's fucking pathetic that I could count on hands the number of times we spent a full day alone together in the span of our relationship. There was always something, always someone, always a distraction. When you decided to text me some days later and make a complete mess out of a simple conversation, you once again turned it into your own pity party. This is why we will never work. You're always pushing me away. Like, what kind of manipulative bullshit was that? In that moment, after you'd completely shown your ass, I saw you for you, and damn, I was thankful. You called me the most disgusting human being that you had ever met because you couldn't accept that you'd lost. You couldn't accept that someone had called you out on your bullshit and made the decision to move on. I had taken back the power that I gave to you. But if I was truly disgusting and really wanted to hurt you, I could. In so many ways, I can tell each and every one of your friends all of the fucked up shit you've told me about them. How one of them has no life. How you called him a leech. Lost and confused, and you wish they would leave you alone. Tales of how he followed you while you were on dates and his secret obsession with you. Stories of how another is an angry Latina who gets the bad rep of being a bitch because of how much she's been hurt and how you find her rude and annoying, and that the only reason you stick around is because you've been friends so long that you can't walk away. How about that ex that made you certain to note his incessant cheating but kept him close because he had a good heart? Does he know that he cheated, or was that too a fabrication of self-glorification? My favorite that trumps them all is your elderly, fucked up version of a friend who likes to catfish young men on Grindr. The same one who allegedly can't get his dick hard. The same one who enjoyed publicizing you on his Grindr to lure in these young men in the city on cruises and at events. The same one who was sending photos to who knows how many people of him holding your erect cock in his withered white hand. The same one you'd sworn had never touched you in any way sexually. I could show that same photo that ended up being sent to my friend because you once again thought it was me. But you knew all of this and had no problem because you let it go unchecked. Or is it because you were actually participating? Was this long-lasting relationship we like to call a sugar daddy? I mean, kudos to you. I could do the exact same thing to your sister, your mother, your brother, and your brother's wife. I have the text message of you entertaining a stranger while you talk to him about your mother. But I was the problem. If I really wanted to be disgusting, I can ruin your entire life if I wanted to. But that's not who I am. Fuck do I wish I were, though. When the debris finally came to rest, I had to ask myself if I was really lost. What did I lose? What did I truly lose? I lost the agonizing feeling of lying awake at night, wondering if I'd done something wrong. I lost the overexertion of unreciprocated energy. I lost the mind games. I lost the never-ending supply of gaslighting and cruelty. I lost the stress that was internally destroying me. Stress that stemmed from trying to hold on to something that I refused to accept was not for me. At the end of the day, after many nights trying to force myself to be sadder than I was because feeling nothing was a realization that I was right all along, I feel bad for you. Hiding behind everyone and their lives and their many problems because you don't have one of your own. Well, now who's really the leech? I feel bad that you choose to hide behind your religion in order to justify the shit that you've done. I feel bad that you have friends who continuously pacify your ego and will never push you to do better, to be better. But no better comes from you. You're stuck. And the sad truth is that you're content with that. You will continue to hide behind them and this image you've created for yourself. Perhaps it's your own self-defense mechanism. You're nearly half a century and you're stuck in this dangerous cycle. This is why I will always believe that age is a construct. That one's age means absolutely nothing when hoping for maturity. What I find to have been the most malicious thing about all of this, about you, was how you would speak down to me as if you had your life together. And you knew how easy it would be to make me believe it, to fold into every word that would slither its way out. You would enjoy hinting that people you knew had told you so many things about me, but you were choosing to believe me, to trust me, to focus on you and me. This was your tactic, and it was a good one. Print, cut, and paste a photo of you next to the word narcissist. So since you loved shoving religion and healing in my face, I thought it would be a perfect time to use a little Bible verse to close things off. Matthew 7:3-5 reads, "And why beholdest thou the mote that is in thy brother's eye, but considerest not the beam that is in thine own eye? Or how wilt thou say to thy brother, Let me pull out the mote out thine eye, and behold a beam in thine own eye? Thou hypocrite, first cast out the beam out thine own eye, and then shalt thou see clearly to cast out the mote of thy brother's eye." Fuck you too.